Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel The Geek Stuff. In my previous video we have seen that how we can connect our EC2 machine with a relational database, that is MySQL database. Now in this video we will talk about the difference between elastic IPs and public IP. So this is my instance and right now I have this public IP and I have no elastic IP. So I can do SSH using this public IP to my EC2 machine. But if I change the state of my instance, that is, now my instance is in running state. But if I change the state from running to stop, then you will notice that we will lose this public IP. So in order to compare it, I will first copy this IP and paste it on my terminal. Now as you can see, the instance state is stopping, and if I refresh my page, now the instance state is stopped, and as you can see that we have lost our public IP. So now I will change the instance back to running, and you will notice that we will get a new public IP which is different from the previous IPv4 public IP. So now imagine a case where you have hard coded this public IP in your program, and now if you change the state of your instance due to any reason, then you have to go back, change your source code, and at every location where you have hard coded your public IP, you have to make changes and replace it with a new public IP. And this you have to do every time the state of your instance changes. So this is an hectic task, and now as you can see that the instance state is running, and if I copy this back and compare, then as you can see this was my previous IP, and as I have changed the state of my instance, so I have got a completely new public IP. So this can cause a lot of trouble, and in order to resolve it, what AWS did, that it brought the concept of elastic IPs. So I'll go and click on elastic IP, and here I will click on allocate elastic IP. Then I will choose Amazon pool of IPv4 addresses and click on allocate. Now as you can see that I have this public IP allocated. Now I have to associate this public IP to an instance. So for that I will click on action and click on associate elastic IP address. Now I want to associate this IP address to an instance, so I'll keep instance marked. Now I'll select the instance. So I have only one instance running, so I'll choose that one and then click on associate. So now notice that this is my public IP, that is also an elastic IP. And now if I go back to my instance, so you can see that the new public IP is this, same as the elastic IP that I just created. So what is new in this elastic IP is that it is similar to the public IP, but the thing that is different is that when you change the state of your instance, then in case of elastic IP, they won't lose their IP address, and basically they will retain their IP address even though the state of your instance has changed. So I will demonstrate it. Like if I change the state from running to stop and will wait for a minute, then you will see that though the state of our instance is stopped, we will not lose our public IP address. So as you can see that the instance state is stopped and we have not lost our public IP address. Now I'll change the state back to start, and in this case you will notice that the IP address remains same. But there is a limitation in using these elastic IP, that is by an AWS account you can get at max 5 elastic IP, and if you need more then you have to submit a form to AWS. Now one thing more that you should know about these IP is that if you associate this IP address to a machine, then AWS won't charge you. But if you remove this instance and just occupy this IP address without associating it to an instance, then AWS will charge you. So I will remove this elastic IP and will delete it in order to avoid any charges. Now in order to deassociate this elastic IP from your EC2 instance, you can click on your instance and go to networking and then click on deassociate elastic IP address and click on yes, deassociate. Now as you can see that your IP address has changed again and there is nothing available in the elastic IP column. Now I'll go back to my elastic IP, and this is very important that you delete this elastic IP or else you will be charged. So in order to delete it, I will click on action and then click on release elastic IP and then click on release. So this is all in this video. I hope you understood the difference between an elastic IP and a public IP. Now I also hope that you liked my content. In order to get more AWS videos, do subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Thank you.